everyone, my name is Mac and I'm the Commercial Director at Museo. I'm going to be speaking to you today about artificial intelligence and how music businesses around the world are using this really exciting technology to help musicians have their music found and to help users find that music. So we're going to start with a couple of demos. So first I'm going to give you a demo of our tagging technology. So this is the ability to completely automate music tagging so you don't have to get into the nitty-gritty. And the second demo I'm going to show you is audio reference search, so the ability to use an audio file to search music in a catalog, which is completely revolutionary and absolutely mind-blowing. So I'm going to jump into those demos, and then after that I wanted to give you some practical ways in which you can utilize our technology to think about things like maybe you've got a YouTube channel and you're looking to create a sonic identity, or maybe you're on the musician side and you're just looking to sell more music. There's going to be a lot of tips in here, so do hang on, and thanks very much for listening. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is our tag demo. So if you go to our homepage, it's museo.com. These demos are available for you guys to try, so do try it out for yourself. But if you come to the homepage, you'll see try tag demo. So we're just going to go there first, and I'm going to drop in a track from one of my favorite videos. I don't know if you've seen this before. I won't play the sound, but this is got by a film creator slash YouTuber called Sam Calder. He does these amazing transitions, really cool travel videos, and yeah, he's very well known for his FPV work as well. But he's got a track that's on this video, which actually is kindly listed below here. So if we wanted to actually go in and we wanted to understand what's going on in that music and why it sounds so good, then we can just literally take the link. We can drop it into the demo here, press go, and then essentially what happens is our AI scans the audio file itself, and it creates a series of mathematical transformations or spectrograms. And from these spectrograms, it essentially runs it through our neural networks, does a comparative analysis between that track and everything the AI has been taught in the past, and then it's able to make some predictions based on what it thinks that music might be. So this tune, which is called Makeba, it's saying content type, it's music, 89%. So the 89% is the predicted probability in that tag. So the AI is 89% confident it's music. I'm sure Jane would be very happy to hear that. In terms of genre, it's saying that it's electronic music, it's house music, and it's got elements of indie in there. So you get like a genre mix here. The energy, it's saying it's medium on the energy spectrum with a small variance. So the energy doesn't change too much throughout the lifetime of the track. It's saying the mood is quirky and happy, which probably adds to that real sort of individual sort of sound that Sam Calder has used here. The emotion, it's slightly positive on the emotional spectrum. It's pulled out an instrument of percussion, and then it says it sounds like a high presence of female vocal. The track is of medium quality. It's in G minor. It's 117 beats per minute with a small variance, and the use case or context is retro or party. So all of this information here you can get just from that actual one audio file. So if you're looking to understand a little bit more about creators and you're looking to create your own sound, then this could be a really good place to start, because it gives you a really good indication about searchable keywords that you can use to search for this sort of sound and this type of music. Also, if you're asking for a musician to create a piece of work for you, you could send this as part of the email. You send them the reference track and you say, I really like the quirky nature. Could we get something that's more positive sounding or a little bit more electronic sounding? Or perhaps you don't want a vocal in there. It just gives you the ability to start a conversation about the musical elements beyond just, I just want something that sounds like this. So I hope that's helpful for you. So things get really interesting from a creator perspective when we do a little bit of a side-by-side between the best creators on the platform. So for Sam Calder, we know that it's electronic music, it's a little bit of house, it's quirky, it's quite positive on the emotion spectrum. But then if we look in comparison, we've got Peter McKinnon here, who actually uses a lot of rock music. It's more powerful, it's more negative on the emotion spectrum. And then Casey Neistat on the end that uses like a lot of down tempo, a lot of sort of hip hoppy sort of sounds. It's more energetic. He uses sounds with a presence of female and male vocals, almost in those sort of like sample style hooks that he uses. So it's interesting to see how these have developed an identity by going quite different. But then there are similarities which sort of point to almost things that you should be aware of when you're creating. So if you look at the energy, they're all pretty much exactly the same. It's a medium energy spectrum. On the one end, you don't want to lull people to sleep with too low an energy, but you don't want to go in super intense and really high energy while people are watching at home or on their daily commute. So energy is probably something that you want to like sort of follow as a guide here, but then use moods and use the emotion and use the genres to develop your own personal identity. So use our tagging tool, go to our website, drop in some music, and find out what's going on with some of your favorite creators, and then use this as a way in order to develop your own sonic brand and identity. Okay, so I think I'd be pretty remiss if I came and did a talk about music and video and didn't actually mention TikTok. So although this initially looks overwhelming, it does give you a good insight into the music that's popping on the platform and the music that's having real like viral success. So essentially what we've done is we've taken the top 20 tracks from TikTok and then we've analyzed them and created these tables to give you an insight into the music that's performing really well. So from a genre perspective, hip hop is coming out far and away above every other genre. We've also got trap, pop, electronic and R&B coming out pretty high. From a mood perspective, the tracks tend to be powerful, energetic, quirky, sometimes relaxed. And then from an energy perspective, interestingly, again, we're seeing that medium energy, the same as what we do see on YouTube. But we do see here that in terms of tempo, that there's a grouping from sort of 120 BPM to about 149 BPM that seem to have been a little bit more successful. Obviously, that's not really surprising. On TikTok, there are a lot of dance trends which do particularly well. So this probably highlights this and something that you should be aware of if you're creating videos for TikTok. And then if we look at these three pie charts on the right hand side, or donut charts, we've got quite a mix of male, female and mixed. From a vocal gender perspective is hardly surprising as it's such a mix on the platform. The interesting thing is when we look at both mood valence and key, so we have a strong positive mood valence, so the emotion is really positive, but then the key is 90% minor across all of these tracks. So we're seeing strong positivity, but in a minor key. So that's something to be aware of if you're selecting music on the platform. I think one of the things to be aware of here is if you are a creator, you've got a YouTube channel, you're looking at launching on TikTok, we hear that all the time, your music should probably differ according to the platform. So on YouTube, you probably want to be thinking about, okay, what's my like sonic identity, thinking about that medium energy, but then thinking about maybe a bit of a slower tempo as you meet people in a slightly different state. They want to watch your videos for maybe up to about 10 minutes. Whereas TikTok, it's attention grabbing, it's like higher tempos, it's maybe a little bit higher energy, even this though is saying medium. And this sort of like mood balance and key thing is something that you should be aware of from a trend perspective. So really interesting. If you have any alternative takes on this, I'd love to hear them, but I hope you've taken a lot from this. Okay, so the final thing I wanted to show you is our search tech. Part of the reason I want to show you this is because we've started integrating with some clients around the world, and you should see this technology appear more and more on some of the services that you do use. So we essentially collaborate with music catalogs, they integrate our technology, and then they'll make this technology available to you. So in the past, when you want something, say, let's just say Jane Makibar, you want something that sounds similar to that track, you have to kind of just search tags on the platform. You might search house, you might search female vocal, but it's very difficult to search using just those keywords. So essentially what we've done is we've created a technology which will enable you to be able to search with a YouTube link. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to put the mic down one sec. So I'm just going to type in here Jane Makibar, and it's going to search for the link on YouTube. Let's select this one. And then essentially what the AI does is it takes that audio file, it scans it, turns it into fingerprints, almost like Shazam style. But then instead of like returning the track as Shazam would, essentially we search any catalog and we surface the closest audio matches in order in that catalog. So here we've actually searched the Hypnosis catalog. They're one of our clients, and everything below here is essentially a music suggestion that sounds like this track, and it's based on 1,500 data points per track. So it's really detailed search, especially when you think there's only 20 pieces of metadata usually that are searchable. And then say you like this track, so I like this one by Telepop Music, you can hit find similar, and you can reorder the catalog in terms of audio similarity with that track. So it's going to make search a lot faster. It's going to make finding the correct piece of music that you're looking for a lot less time consuming, so that you as creators can just focus on making your video. Then on the musician side, what's quite cool is that you have as much chance of your music being searched for as any musician in the world. So it's not just going to search and surface musicians based on popularity or things like that. It's going to actually return results based on audio similarity. So if your track is similar to the track that's being searched for, you're going to appear first. So it's going to level the playing fields, and it's going to make sure that musicians have as much opportunity as being found as anyone else. So as I said, my name is Mac and I'm the commercial director at Musio. You can connect with me at mac@musio.com. If you have any AI related questions, you want to ask more information about the technologies, about tagging or search products, or some of our other really exciting products. But we'd like to thank Fiverr for inviting us to this event. It's a very exciting event. I hope you enjoy the rest of it, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.